Welcome to Boomhauer69's channel, and today we're in my living room, and I wanted to show off a vintage knife sitting on my couch here. I wanted to show off this vintage knife that my father bought way years ago, and I kept it for sentimental reasons because he had passed away back in 2017 from cancer. But this is a vintage knife. I just wanted to show this knife to show people that these kind of knives been around for ages, ever since I've been born, since God knows when or whatever. Probably I think this design probably came out in probably maybe the 50s, maybe after World War II or during World War II or World War One. I don't know. I'd have to do some research on that when these designer knives came out. But what this is a bushcrafting survival knife, Rambo knife, whatever you want to call it. And back sometime probably in the 80s or early 90s when I was born in 1990, so probably sometime in the early 90s when I was a toddler, my father probably ordered this, or he probably got it back in the 80s out of a mail order catalog. And if you don't know what a mail order catalog is, back in the day before Amazon and the internet, people through the United States Postal would get catalogs that would sell items in it. And in the catalog, it would have a section where you would fill out your information, and send in your money orders or fill in your credit card information, your money information, and they would have an item number. And then once your money transaction was approved, then they would send you the item you wanted in the catalog. And if you don't know what those are, all a catalog is, it's just like this here, a little booklet. And back in the day, you would open up that booklet and pick out an item you want and send in for it, and you get the item. You either send your money in the mail, a money order, or if you had a credit card, your credit card information, and once your money transaction was approved, they would send you the item. And that's where my dad got this, is out of a mail order catalog. So, and what this is just, a basic Rambo knife. My dad probably saw the movie Rambo back in the day, and he probably thought, oh, it'd be cool to have one of those kind of knives. So he probably saw a catalog that had a cheap knockoff. And this was probably, I think, bought back in the 80s or early 90s sometime. Because my dad had this for a long time, since I can remember. My dad used to go hunting and fishing in his younger days. He used to do some hunting. But as he got a little bit older, he just mainly did a lot of fishing. So I could see why he had bought this. And this, back in the day, was your cheap, basic survival Rambo knife. And so what it's got here on the blade is what I think they call it, serrated, typical knife blade for cutting, maybe, sawing at trees and stuff. And then you have your regular flat blade, which this is very dull. This is just, again, a cheap knife that my father bought back in the day. And it has a rope cutter bottle opener right here. I can't remember which one that is now. The rope cutter bottle opener, I think it is. And then you have your sleeve right here, where you would latch this to your belt. You put your belt through this loop here, where my finger is. You'd put your belt through the loop here. And then you would button this up and lock it into place. Here, I'll show you. You would slide your knife in here and take the button snaps and lock it in place. And then this part right here used to have a little green pouch, a little plastic green compartment where you would store this right here, the sharpening stone. Back in the day, it came with sharpening stone, and then you would snap it, and then you could carry this, and you would have a sharpening stone to sharpen. I've used the sharpening stone a lot, so it looks used, because I've used it quite a bit. But yeah, you'd put your sharpening stone like that in the little green, when it had the little green plastic sleeve. But this is so old that the little plastic green pocket for this sharpening stone got so old and brittle that the plastic just broke away and stuff. But yeah, this wasn't used much by my father. That's why it's in such nice condition. It's a 420 stainless steel Taiwanese blade. So that ought to tell you what cheapness it is. But there's what the sleeve looks like. It's even got a little piece of like funny plastic nylon like little rope. There's what the sleeve looks like. And now what this came with back in the day, it's broken, but it came with a little removable compass. But a long time ago, the compass broke. And then it has two little key rings right here. I don't know if these key rings came with this knife or that's just something my father added to it for whatever reason. But inside here, like all these knives do, it has a little compartment here where you store your matches and fishing stuff. Now, what I did to this knife a few months back is I took out the old match, the really old brittle matches, and I upgraded the matches to some basic diamond strike matches. I later on want to add some little bit better quality stormproof matches, but for now I just added some diamond matches and a striker. And then I also upgraded the fishing kit. I left the old fishing kit and hooks in here, but I added some newer hooks and fishing hooks and sinkers and a little bit of fishing line. But that's all this knife had to it. It's just simply it had a compartment where when my father bought this brand new, it came with a mini fishing kit and matches to start a fire. Now, one thing I could do in this is probably get a small ferro rod and striker, a small ferro rod and ferrocerium rod in here, which would probably be better than having some knives. You're not gonna fit a whole survival kit in the handle, but yeah, it's got a pretty nice grip handle to it. Again, this is just a low quality my father bought back in the day. Just looks of it knife, but I just wanted to do a little video about this knife and show people that these kind of bushcrafting survival knives, they've been around for ages, since the dawn of time. I imagine this knife is either is over 30 years old or around 40 to 50 years old. I don't know when my father had purchased this knife. I would imagine sometime in the 80s or early 90s, probably around there is when he probably purchased this. Again, you can see the old, I'll show a little closer up the old broken compass. But back in the day, here's what the compass looks like. It's broken and doesn't work. I imagine I could probably get another compass for it to work, but there's what it looks like where you would store the compass. Again, let's see, here's what the compass looks like again in my hand. My hand's kind of big, so, but yeah, you just simply screw this on and it will lock that compass in place, but it's broken, so, and I have other compasses that I use, and even with this, if this compass wasn't broken and actually was working like it was brand new, I probably wouldn't trust it because it's cheaply made. Again, this knife is just something my father bought a long time ago. It's a cheaply made knife. It's, my father probably just saw it in some catalog and thought, oh, that's a cool little knife, but, again, this is where normally it would have stored the, as you can see the stitching outline, there was a little plastic piece here that would have held your sharpening stone in place, and you would just had a little button snap on here, but that got so old and brittle that it just broke off down for years. But as far as that, this knife really holded up for many years. My father most of the time just kept it in a drawer somewhere where his kids couldn't touch it, when I was younger and stuff. But yeah, it's got where you put your right here, to put it on your belt. It's even got a little strap here, a little cordage, but yeah. But yeah, again, I just wanted to make a quick little video of to show people that these, knife's been around for a long time. In case somebody stumbles upon my channel and they're new to the whole camping, bushcrafting thing scene and they don't realize it. But yeah, you can get these kind of knives still today. Ones like it today on Amazon for real cheap for around 15-20 bucks, But again, they're not going to be very good quality. They're going to be the kind of knife that would easily break after 2 to 3 uses. This knife right here, I keep it in my camping bug out pack. Now, I never use this knife. It is pretty sturdy, but I imagine if I put it under a heavy load, it would probably just break and not very good. But there are companies out there that do make these kind of knives that make a real good quality knife, so yeah. Now, unfortunately, I don't know what brand or company made this, and I don't know what catalog company my dad back in the day got this out of, so I can't tell you the manufacturer. All it says on the blade is 420 Taiwanese stainless steel, so it says stainless, but yeah, 420 stainless Taiwanese on the blade. That's all the information is. I haven't found any numbers or anything, so yeah, but there you go. There's what a vintage survival camping knife looks like. Again, I'll show you that one more time. There's what it looks like, the blade. It hasn't been used much by my father. He just mostly kept it in a drawer somewhere. And there's again what the sleeve would look like for the knife. But yeah. But back in the day, this would be good for pataning, as they call it, splitting wood in half and different things, depending on how the quality is. I never tried it out, really. Maybe I should someday, but since this has got sentimental value since my father has passed on, I'm afraid to break it, But yeah, if you like this kind of video, feel free to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if you like this kind of video. And comment below vintage knives you have, vintage camping knives that you have used or came across, This one was bought and brand new again by my father out of a mail order catalog, but yeah. So yeah, if you like this video again, subscribe to the channel, like it. Comment below what you think about this knife and knives you have, vintage knives you had came across that were kind of neat and cool. And feel free to put some information down below about the knife or whatever, if you know the brand or make, and I'll go to Google and look up pictures of it and stuff. But yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Again, I'm no professional camera guy. I'm no professional bushcrafter type person out there. There's people like Corporal's Corner that knows way more than I do, and other YouTubers out there that actually do professional bushcraft that know more than I do. I'm just a guy that just, kind of starting out, and I like this sort of stuff, so I'm passing on what I know about this stuff, I'm just passing on information that I know, and I'm just, a beginner type, average Joe Blow, just passing on what I know, and I hope you all have a good day, and thank you for watching.